Hi, here I am with gift number 6. Now it doesn't look like much. It's an old piece of cardboard and I haven't actually seen it since I moved to the studio, so I was really having to look hard to find it because it's super important. It's a bit of a manifesto for creativity, and a manifesto is sort of like something you can return to every time you have a question like, what am I here for? What is the reason I'm working at this? What are my directions? Because it's easy for us to get confused by something someone else says, or the way someone else does something, or some other shiny bit of folderol we see off in the corner of our eye. And so I've had this list for several years now, and although I searched for it for 2 hours one day, I didn't find it, and then I realized, look, girl, you take this list everywhere. So I looked in my little file of things I take when I teach, and of course there it was. So the first thing on it is be bold. So if you have a choice between making a regular kind of decision, oh, I'll just make a rug of squares, I want you to think about what that square can be. Think of the wildest thing you can make with that square, right? You have to be bold. And that goes for dyeing too. When you're thinking, oh, should I add more blue? Why don't you try adding violet? You see what I mean? Take a bold choice. Number 2 is grab hold. So many times information is coming through to us and we don't get a hold of it. We just let it pass on by. We don't understand how important it is for us to know that is something you gotta grab a hold of. You know how they're always saying, grab the brass ring as it swings around? Well, that's what I mean. Grab a hold of what's passing. An idea, information, whatever you can, and apply it to what it is you're doing. Change it up. Now, sometimes when I first started hooking, I would have my rugs together. There wasn't that many, like maybe 15 or 16. And if they accidentally got put in a giant pile, I couldn't see one from the other. I didn't know which one was which because I just continually used the same colors over and over again in the same way and didn't deviate in any way. I was in my happy, safe place. You know, we have to change it up if we want to be excited. Today I thought of doing something. I think it was this video actually. And I got a little bit of a heart palpitation because I always worry about what am I going to say? What am I going to do? How am I going to speak to you like you're right here with me? And that little fear I had, that little frisson of, you know, it actually made me more excited to do this today. So you want to think about that. To change it up sometimes means to be a bit fearful. Let go. Oh boy, this is such a hard one. And especially in dyeing, although in all other avenues of rug cooking, this will come up. Oh, so-and-so says, you know, this is the way it's done and we have to do it this way. And I am like, excuse me, but a lot of these things we depend on are just kind of like old wives' tales of rug cooking. What we need to do is let these things go so we can move beyond into other avenues that haven't been thought of yet. And that's the only way to do it, is to let go of our safe shore and to move ahead into the unknown. Unknown is fine because we have a plan for action. Now, lots of times we get super great ideas. They're percolating in there, they're ruminating, and in order to make them happen, we have to have a plan for action. So that means carving out time, having everything ready, even if it isn't the right thing, having things ready to get going, right? That's really important, to make a plan. The other thing I want to say was shine. Okay, now I have found as women, and I'm like this as well, that we do not want to shine. And that just means we don't want attention drawn to ourselves by making something spectacular or making something amazing. We don't know how to handle compliments, all of that kind of stuff. I am here to tell you right now, could you please shine? Because in this dark world, we need your light. No matter how meager you think it is, we are the ones who are seeing it. It's up to us to decide. Speak. I think it's super important that we tell our own stories. And stop, please stop, just rewriting the stories of someone else. If you need to have a pattern, that is fine, and I'm not saying anything about that. What I'm talking about is when you slavishly follow what someone else does. You want to think about that, because you're telling their story over and over again, and Lord knows, I know, I want you to tell your own story. That's what you're here for. That's your important work. Do. Okay, here's the hardest part. Okay, so we have all this kind of stuff, like a lot of stuff, you know, over in my other corner over there. I don't think you can see it. Let's just have a look at it right now. Over there is my giant stash of fabrics of all kinds. I also have tons of books. Let's see if I can flip this view so that, is it going to let me do that? No. So I'll just turn it around. I have tons of books that I have here. That's my education. You know, we like stuff. And I have a closet that's full of stuff out there. And we like stuff, and we like to have stuff because we think that's half the job. It's sort of like joining a gym. We have all good intentions of going. We do the same thing when we buy stuff. Today I just bought some sock yarn. Do I know how to make socks? Oh no, but I have all great intentions as we move into lockdown here in Ontario that I'm going to learn how to make socks. Yeah, really, I already have enough stuff. All I need to do is sit down and do something instead of planning to do something. So being able to actually do and to make strong moves to do is very important. The next thing is to reflect. So once you've done something, in our rugs are dying, it's good to take a look at it and go to yourself, does this look like what I planned? Is this what I wanted? Can I make it into what I actually wanted? Is it going the way I like? No, but is it going in a way that's still beautiful and exciting? Yes, hey, you know what? That's even better, because now your rug is beginning to speak to you. So that reflection and sort of look or overlook at what is actually going on is a good thing to be able to do, so that you can move ahead to do more. I like to have the saying that when you are creating something, you have to put something in to know what to actually take out, right? You can't understand the actions and the interactions of what you're making until you make it, and then you can make some decisions. All right, and the other thing is, there's only 3 more. Please play. I think we take this all too seriously, and we don't have enough, like, what if I did this? What if I did that? Oh, what if I turned that upside down? Oh, I'm gonna throw that ball over there. I'm gonna do this. You know, I'm gonna jump instead of laying down. Just to like let anything happen and use your imagination. The other thing is to make sure whatever you create, when it comes out, you greet it with love. Frequently we're super judgmental. I don't know what we're doing, to be honest. I believe we're kind of judging our work against the work of someone else. And really, that person over there, let them make as they will. You need to make as you will, and you need to accept what you've created. I like to liken it to having children. Sometimes, you know, we have kids and we think, oh, you know, when they're newborn babies, what will this child be? Will he be this? Will he be that? And really, they grow up to be themselves. They come through us, and they are not for us. And I think our rug work is like that too in our artwork. Even dying, we have to love what we make. It is us. Keep true. Now, I think it's really important that no matter what we're told or what people try to lead us towards, that we keep true to what we want. And a person who's working with you will help you bring ahead what's possible for you. They'll give you alternatives and things that you might be able to do to make sure that you're refining your work in a way that you want it to become. And it's really good to be able to know your own truth and to keep on that path to it. And there's nothing I like better than a feisty person saying, nah, I'm not gonna do that just because you think I should. And that's a happy thing for me. So I hope you've enjoyed this creative manifesto, and I might write it down in our discussion, just these quick words to help you remember. And maybe you'd like to make a handsome poster like I have for your studio. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for being here for these gifts. It's been a great joy for me.